Alrighty, happy Sunday everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is your Sunday team builder for this week's team. Before we begin, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and let's get into it, shall we? So, this week is starring Sandaconda, the Pretzelsnek. Pretzelsnek, why that name? It was like, I think, yeah, it had to be Sword and Shield. It was a wonder trade, because I was like doing a lot of breeding at the time. Sandaconda was one of those last mons I bred before the DLC. And then I got a German Sandaconda, G-Max Sandaconda, and it was named Pretzelsnek, and I just love the name, so that's why thank you, German fella. We're gonna use your nickname here. So Pretzelsnek the Sandaconda is your team captain this week. Sandaconda is a very interesting mon. Like it's I think it's more of like a mid tier in terms of speed, like mid speed tier wall attacker of sorts. It gets like these things, like it gets tanky with coil, body press, rest, shed skin sets. You can set up hazards, you can spread status with glare, so it's a interesting mon. Personally speaking, like I love the coil set, but then what I found most reliable, and see, it's kind of hard because I love Sandaconda. Like I said, I like the coil set, but I also found a lot of success with its kind of less common stealth rock glare set as well. Just the ability to get glares off and like stop things like Gliscors and what's another mon that like guts boosted mon, so like Ursaring, Ursaluna, Zangooses. You know, that was just very interesting to me, so that's why I'm using its lesser known, in my opinion, glare earthquake lead set. So earthquake and rock blast for near perfect coverage, because rock ground coverage is near perfect coverage. We want to get up our rocks early. Alright, and this kind of mixed spread allows us to outspeed certain things while also still being bulky. Alright, so we can get up faster rocks than most things. And then glare to spread status, like I said. So with paralyze and this speed tier, we can outspeed and get, like, so Clefable, for example, will be able to outspeed and fire off deadly earthquakes because they're more defensive than they're more specially defensive than physically defensive. So it allows us to do a little bit more with Sandaconda. And base 107 attack isn't anything to sneeze at either. It's decently powerful, you know. And then physically, we want to take more physical hits, right? So it's one of our physical walls. And then going with the snaky worm shape theme is Amariza. Amariza's back. Same max defensive Amariza with rocks, iron D, body press, heavy slam with earth eater to take any ground hits that comes our way. Alright, again, we want to set up rocks, get up the iron defenses, and body press everything, because that 145 defense hits very hard, and it's decently heavy as well, so it's a great steel stab option. But of course, we want to always be hitting with body press. So between these two, right, I mean, one can hit ghost types guarantee, right, but then any ice types that want to come in, oh look, Amariza can take it, right? Any fighting type, Pretzelsnek can decently take it, but we also have our other walls in the back to help out too. Our physical attacker for this one is Arthur the Dragonite. I haven't used a Dragonite, you know, I haven't used a Dragonite. So Arthur the Dragonite here, Choice Banded Dragonite this week, folks. Running Dragon Claw, Earthquake, E-Speed, Fire Punch, the Tera normal E-Speeding Choice Banded Dragonites. Dragonites have 134 physical attack. We face many Dragonites, and extreme speeds are scary, especially Tera normal. I don't think we faced a Tera normal extreme speed. I think we faced against a what they called extreme speed killer Arceus with Tera normal Choice Banded Arceus. We faced that, but not Dragonites. Dragonite still sitting at OU. Gen 1 pseudo legendary still here in the OU tier. Very scary stuff and very powerful. We're running adamant just because we have E-Speed, so we might as well max out the attack. E-Speed is the highest priority move. It's like +4 priority, so always go first. And as long as we can get rid of any ghost types, we can Tera normal extreme speed for free. It'll be like Toxtricity, where we send it in, punch holes. That's basically what this team's going to do with Dragonite. It's the main muscle of the team, so I mean, it has coverage for everything. Earthquake for steel types, Fire Punch for Corviknight, Dragon Claws for you know, other, for just general neutral coverage. Tinkaton can't really wall us. Corviknight can't really wall us, so it hits just about everything that wants to block it, right? So that's the key with Arthur. Arthur is going to be Arthur's going to have a lot of showcases. I have a feeling, just because it's very hard to stop late game extreme Tera normal extreme speed and early game just to do a lot of damage that way. And with the addition of rocks just chipping down our opponents, Arthur's going to have an easy time doing that. Making another return is a special wall JoJo. The Primarina, Assault Vest Primarina is back, and you know JoJo by now because we use it too many dang times. Moonblast, Sparkling Aria, Psychic Noise, and Energy Ball. Psychic Noise, again, is the new psychic move introduced in Scarlet and Violet, Blueberry Academy DLC. Essentially, it's a sound-based move, so it will go through sub and screens, but also prevents the target from healing for 2 turns. So meaning no leftovers, no Giga Drains, no Strength Sap, no Drain Punches, for example, right? It's going to block the healing. So if we can, what's a mon that likes to use healing? Again, let's just use the Clefable example, right? They send in a Clefable against us, we hit the Psychic Noise, guess what? No lefties. And guess what? We can also just do a lot of damage to you now with Moonblast. So those 2 turns are going to be very vital, right? They can't stop one, they cannot wish. Right, Umbreons, they don't want to come in anyway. We're not going to hit it with Psychic Noise, but say it had a ring target, we can hit the Psychic Noise on it, and it won't be able to recover with Wish. So that's why we're running Psychic Noise over Psychic this time. Energy Ball to hit other water types, water ground, specifically Gastrodon and Swampert, so we're not walled by them. You could argue why not have Ice Beam for Dragonites, but that's what Moonblast is for. And I know Water Ice coverage is near perfect coverage, but this is the new-ish set we're running this time around. Another return is Titania, the Gardevoir, special defensive Gardevoir, anybody? Back and ready to do its thing. Every time I run Titania, it does really well. Even when the sets don't go our way, it always comes in and does its best. Will-O-Wisp is just very key for it, I guess. Like, it outspeeds, let's see, what's the speed? 80 speed. And 80 speed. I don't know how it ends up outspeeding most Dragonites, I'll be honest with you, because if we like take this away, it's 196. And it's 196. I don't know how many times Gardevoir here outspeeds a Dragonite. If someone can figure that one out for me. Unless they're running Brave, but there's so many Wi-Fi battles, you gotta look for the sets, that Gardevoir just somehow outspeeds Dragonite, and it shouldn't. And we're able to knock it out with Moonblast. But yeah, figure that one out. A Wish there for recovery. It'll be key for keeping multi-scale up. We want to keep those multi-scales up, of course, right? For extra bulk for Dragonite. And then Trace. We had multi-scale Trace. We had multi-scale Storm Drain. Multi-scale, what was the other one we had? Oh, I'm forgetting. We had so many Wi-Fi battles, I forget. But we traced a lot of abilities and was able to come in clutch. Flash Fire, I think it was. But in any case, we were able to trace a lot of abilities, of course, to be more defensive, right? Trace some Synchronizes, trace some other abilities, and it helped the overall bulk of Titania, therefore helped us clutch some victories, right? Either that or help pave the way for our victory. So Titania is here, always reliable. I like running this one better than our, your Calm Minds, your Choice Spec sets. I love special defensive Gardevoir, so it's back. I know Double Fairy as well, but we have also 2 Poison Resist as well in Amariza and Pretzelsnek. And then, yeah, so I get it. Don't worry. There's Steel types, again, we have counters for it as well. Last but not least, bringing in another one of the Chinese quartet, Yasuka, the Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu, by the way, very, very badass shiny. The light blue with the black, it looks so clean. It looks so clean. But anyway, Chi-Yu, probably my favorite of the quartet, the Chinese quartet. It's specially, it has Beads of Ruin, so we're essentially giving a -1 in special defense in any active mon out on the field. And heavy duty boots, of course, to prevent any hazards. And then we're running its Nasty Plot set, so Nasty Plot Tera Grass. With a modest nature, just because we want to hit everything. So the key with this one is to plot up. Right? If we don't use Tera Normal on Arthur, you can bet your bottom dollar we're going to Tera Grass with Chi-Yu, just because it allows us to take on all the water types and fire off a high-powered grass move and deal with it. Right? Flamethrowers are going to hit very hard. You can argue Lava Plume, but Flamethrower has more power without sacrificing accuracy like Fire Blast. So that's why we're picking the Flamethrower. Dark Pulse for general coverage. The Tera Blast Grass, that's what it's for. Deal with the waters, deal with the rock types, right? Bug types don't really want to come in. Fighting types, you're gonna have to deal with a flamethrower. Chi-Yu is very quick and will hit very hard. If it's not stopped right away, right, Chi-Yu is gonna do a lot of damage. I really do want to switch to Timid though. We might switch to Timid. So if it was Timid, here's what the calc would look like, right? 328, 369 versus a 405, 299. So we'll see. I might give it a Timid mint instead. So I'm letting you know the changes now. Anyway, though, so here's the team builder in all its glory. Again, check the description down below if you made it this far for the team. The Pokepaste is down there if you want to test out this team for yourself or use any of these sets. Alright, oh, why is Gardevoir cut off there? Let's just scroll down a little bit. There you go. So yeah, here's the team in all its glory. 9 times out of 10, I think the lead this week will be Pretzelsnek, just because it is built to be that lead stealth rocker. And then the other lead will probably be Chi-Yu, to be honest with you, just because it scares a lot of things. So we want to get up our rocks as much as possible and utilize all 4 of these walls before we send in Dragonite and Chi-Yu to basically clean up for us, right? Because these, I mean, I've showcased Orthworm, Primarina, and Gardevoir in the past to just do a lot of damage. So I think we have that much credibility. Pretzelsnek will probably have the same amount of credibility as well. And then if we bring in our sweepers at the end to help our walls deal with the damage, or deal all the damage, I think this is going to be a really good set, because you know, we just have so much synergy in the Dragon Steel Fairy Core this week. So it's going to be a good one. I have a feeling it's going to be a good one. Thank you guys for watching, all the support. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you this week for the battles. Until then, bye-bye.